Welcome to War Games. We will get you ready for your next sales opportunity. Are you looking to win the sales battle? You have joined the right team. Here on the War Games Group, we take the strategies and mindsets from the most successful salespeople and share it with you. With our help, you won't have to fail your way to the top. When it comes to crossing the minefield of sales, step in the footprints of those that crossed before you. Prepare yourself for boot camp and beyond. It's time for War Games to begin.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, War Gamers. It's me, the guy you expect to see all the time. Hey, I am really excited today because I got connected to a gentleman that understands. So as you guys all know, Glenn Morshower says, you know what, Joe is edutainment. Joe puts out training and materials that keep people entertained and get them learning. And then I got introduced to the guy who is the master of edutaining people. And how do they get people, grab attention, hold it. And if you guys have ever listened to the Sales Genius podcast, his glorious voice graces us there. I'm going to bring up VIP Irene. Welcome. Hi. And then I am going to bring up my friend Joey YAK. Joey YAK in the house.
What up, Joe?
So let's flip it around. I'm going to say, Joey, switch with me. You come over here, and the big part of it that's cool. There. Now, Joey, what I want you to do, give us 2-3 minutes of who Joey YAK is on the way up and where he's at now, and then drop some nuggets on how we can actually say, let's make some money.
Well, listen to this. I'm Joey YAK. YAK stands for you already know. And if you don't know, by the end of this video, you probably never will. Look, I come from the music industry. I've done music my whole entire life. And I met Ali from the Saint Lunatics when I was like 9 years old. That's the group that Nelly, Hot in Here, you know, all that songs. Right when they blew up, he seen me rap and he said, oh my goodness, kid, you are a star. Fast forward, they blew up, but I took that and planted that seed in my heart. 10 years later, that same guy seen me hustling around St. Louis, Missouri, where I'm born and raised, and signed me to my first record deal. That lasted for about 8 months. It was Universal Republic, Dirty and T, We All We Got. And then Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony heard about this little dude that's independent, hustling, making a name. And he said, if you can come out to LA, come on out. I'll listen to you. One song led to 4, which led to 10 hours with him and I having a song called Scraping the Sky. Did a nationwide tour of Bone Thugs and Harmony. Ended up in Hollywood, but I'll tell you what, on the outside, it looked like I was amazing. On the inside, I was broken. And what I learned was God. He was talking to me, man, you need to go back home. I had a daughter at home. My daughter's mother was holding it down for me. I couldn't even, pay child support. I was doing dumb stuff, making money in a dumb way. I left it all behind, came home, found faith. I got sober. I'm 6 years, got one alcohol sip for me, which was my demon. And I got into sales, which led to what I'm doing now. And when I got into sales, I said, oh my God, I'm a closer. I have the energy and natural ability to really close somebody if I believe in the product. The problem was I was the #1 sales rep and I didn't believe in the product. And I had that bug. When I got into this entrepreneur world and I seen this thing was a thing, I was like, man, that's me. I'm just not there yet. So I started making theme songs and podcast intros for my current clients because I was like, oh my God, I'm fighting chargebacks. I even had a funny song. I'm out here fighting chargebacks. That's another time though. And I quit my job after 2 years and I started going full blast with custom theme songs. My first, I call him my victim. I attacked Billie Jean. I made a song for him. I did not ask for permission. I stole his YouTube content. I blended it with mine and it looked like we did it together. He ended up wanting to buy it. I said, don't buy it. Just put me out there. And he launched my career really with saying this guy is the dude. And I've been going after it ever since. Brad Lee, Tim Grover, Garrett J. White, Cole Hatter, a lot of these big money-making entrepreneurs, and I just take massive action because I truly believe like you get a promotion through good production, but also character. Like they're buying my content, but truly they're buying me, my energy, and who I know that I am, and the certainty and confidence that I'm truly providing. So it went from theme songs to podcast intros, all that, and now I have a full-blown production crew. I have a company called Home Service Commercials where we do like a ton of high-quality content for a very low price, and you lease it in the areas. Now we're crushing it, man. We did over $500,000 last year, all organically, just completely taking massive action and trust in my instinct. I'm at the ability now, and I know I'm going over 3 minutes, but I'm at the ability now where my instincts trust me. I get that little bug inside of me, and I've took so many risks that it got to the point my instincts know, hey, that's one of them. Let's go. And I don't even think twice. So, Joe, I know I'm rambling on right now. That's my story. I feel like I've lived like 5 lives. I just turned 30. I have 3 beautiful girls. When I came back home, I married my high school sweetheart, which was my daughter's mom. We're here together today. I started this business in an RV and in a shed that's right out there. Like I'm looking at it. 2-bed, 1-bath house. And I called it my BB. Welcome to the backyard business. Like I knew who I was before I was there. Time just hadn't caught up yet. And I just didn't complete all the work. So I'm big in just doing, man. I don't ask for permission. And when you have that confidence, ability into you, people feel that. And people want to help you and be a part of your journey. But guess what? People aren't watching you until you give them something to watch. And every single day I'm giving some people to watch and they want to be a part of it. Absolutely. And everybody has that ability, man.
No, absolutely. And you are genuinely you.
Yeah.
Right. And that's unapologetically YAK. So when you look at there, right? So I already took down notes, right? So you just put it out there. I actually wrote down, I was like, don't ask for permission, right? Ask for forgiveness later. And yeah. So when I look at that, I'm like, yeah. And then the massive immediate action. And one question for you, when it came up, right? And you said, I'm going to start doing things. Do you get those little bugs in your head like you used to, where it was like, no, man, don't do it. Don't take that chance. Don't do that.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm such an open book, and I believe there's victory in being vulnerable. Like, I still suffer with anxiety, depression. I'll go through my build and burns and the funks, and I just now am so used to, Joe, you come a long way since you hit up Tim Grover. Hey, that's what's up. Somebody just said that on a live chat. That was 2018. Tim is still my boy, but I still get hit with all of those emotions. I'm a normal dude. You know what I'm saying? It just now what I've really dove into is learning how to channel that, because it's going to be there and it's learning those triggers. So yeah, I get those, the what ifs. But when you take so much action, it's kind of hard. You kind of laugh at that voice. You're like, bro, I get it. But like, I've already done this. I still get that today, going to conferences and performing. Like, I have to go on stage and I'm rapping about, I'm on a mission for commission. Like, people haven't seen really what I'm doing. So it's a brand new thing, and you're either, and no one's like, oh, like this is a conference. They're sitting there looking. So I have to know me. Trust me, I get all the nonsense in my head, but I've defeated them too many times, man. I just have.
No, I love that.
But I still get it for sure.
Yeah. No, but I mean, to me, that's, and again, for everybody who's paying attention, you're watching on the replay, whatever it is, the answer is that once you start defeating them, it becomes in your best interest to ignore it. Yeah. And to move forward. And so
or embrace it. Embrace it, because when you hear that, you're like, oh, even the negative feeling, like, oh, I felt this negative feeling before and I did this and I overcame it. So now you're aware of it. Like, I say embrace the struggle. It creates the hustle. Because if you embrace it and you're like, ooh, I know how to attack that. Anxiety. Oh, I don't want to go out of town. I just want to be away from my family. I don't want to be away from my family. Like, I have stuff like that and making me feel guilty and like, like, oh, Joey, when I look at myself, I say, who is Joey? Joey is a present father. He's a loyal husband, and he's a complete savage when it comes to this business game, when it's creativity. And sometimes when, you got to let some go in order to go high. And that's why I'm all about intention in my everyday life. Like, my actions must align with attention. Even if I'm sitting there, right? I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, my action, I'm chilling. But the intention is I want to be a present father. Like when you do that, it eliminates some anxiety for real, because you're sitting there like, oh my God, what should I be doing? I'm done being active. I'm trying to be productive. I'm trying to guard my energy. I'm really trying to grow on a spiritual tip right now, Joe. Like, that's where I'm at the moment.
That's fantastic. I've always explained that there is no such thing as work-life balance. You got to be 100% where you're at.
Yeah.
And so the stress comes from, like you said, being at home and you were thinking about work. And then worse, you're working in the studio and you're worried about what's going on at home or what you didn't do at home. Right. And that causes the push and pull. And then you just end up being burnt out at both places.
Yep.
So how does an entrepreneur today get themselves noticed? How does an entrepreneur put themselves out there? Right?
I mean,
I
I
got
think it's
introduced to you by Troy Hoffman. Troy
Yeah.
Hoffman said, you need to talk to Joey. You need to. And then I reached out and we started talking, and then boom, my intro was done in no time at all. Right. For the podcast. And so to me, I just went, the guy takes action. Right. It was that quick when we talked on the phone and did it. So, but again, how does that make sense for your average everyday entrepreneur?
Well, I think it's staying ready so you don't have to get ready. Like, you approached me and I was ready. I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. My preparation that I've had, I did that intro because I've been preparing my whole entire life. Like, I think a lot of people need to look and package up their past and present it to their platform. Because me personally, I thought, remember what I said? I was on tour with Bone Thugs. I had record deals. Like, I got sober. Like, your story is your asset, for one. Okay. That's what people need to understand. Your story is your number one asset. All the setbacks, and that's why we tell our stories. And everybody, even if they have a painful story, that's even better. I'm sorry. Like, I overcame this, and it describes your character. A lot of people are being too professional. People buy from people, period. I don't care what industry you're in. People buy from people. People buy my intros, my content, my commercials because, yeah, of course, they're fire. That production is there. So you're going to get it. But production plus character, who you are. People do business with me because they can feel me. And the reason why they can feel me is because I know who I am. Everybody wants everyone to know who they are, but they don't even know who themselves are. And that shit is deep, man. That is real. And me, I used to want everyone to know who I am. I used to want to be this famous little Justin Bieber type of dude, right? I had it. I had all of it. Tour buses, everything. And then I had to realize, like, I don't even know who I am. How are these people supposed to know who I am? Like, for real. So a lot of people want that, but they haven't dug deep, and they haven't embraced the pain to really figure out, because sometimes you have to figure out who you aren't in order to find out who you are. Like, and I found out, damn, I'm not Justin Bieber. I'm actually not supposed to be him. And then you get to decide. Everything is a choice and a decision. Then I decided, okay, this 15 to 20 years of experience of recording, performing, writing songs, man, it's just preparation to my true promise. I don't know what that promise is, but you damn right I'm about to go after it every day. And then I get into sales, and I realize sales was just preparation so I can learn the business owners and when I like the lingo and the language that they speak, so I can shift over here and then take that and blend it, and now look at it. Woo! Everyone has that. Everyone has that. It's knowing who you are, and also, like, it's consistency. Certainty is created when people see consistent action. Your boy Troy, he didn't hit you up because he seen me once. He hit you. He let you know who I was because he seen I showed up and showed out every day, even if it was a bad day. I let all of me out there. I'm an open book. I let you know when I'm struggling. I let you know. I also do this. It's called the 33% rule. So 33% of the time, it's nothing about business. You're going to see me post about my kids. You're going to see me post about my wife. Like, who is Joey outside of business, right? Because we're all trying to, lead people in and all that. But at the end of the day, it has to be organic as well. Like, you have to be posting this because you can feel it. Like, when you read my words, you can, especially if you hear my voice and know my voice, you can feel it, man. You can feel my soul in what I'm posting. So it's 33% of the time is nothing about business. The other 33% of the time is basically showing you in the field. So me, you'll see me in the commercials. You'll see pictures of me of commercials. And the other 33% of the time is educating people that you are the expert in your field. That's one that I suck at because I'm so busy. Like, I kind of eliminate that 33% and make it like 66% of showcasing what I do. And that makes me the expert. I'm not really ever training people how to get on video, how to tell like this, what we're doing. And, let's just say I'm mad that I don't, because it truly does fulfill me. I truly know I have so much to give. And for a very long time, I had this imposter syndrome of like, dang, do I really, like, I'm doing this. I come from the slums. Like, I come from rock bottom. Like, I had this imposter syndrome of like, am I really here? And I'm finally over that, because I heard someone also say, when you are walking in your purpose, things start to feel effortless. And it's just because, like, it's not supposed to feel so stressful all the time and so painful. When you're in your purpose and you're flowing, you're like, damn, man, my life ain't like, I'm blessed. Yeah, stuff happens and you got to grind and hustle, but it's effortless to the point where you're like, am I not working hard enough? So I just wanted to put that out there because I suffered with that. People out there that are hard workers, but you find your flow and your purpose and things become effortless. It's because you're in your flow. You're in that purpose. So I just had to say that right now. But man, there's so much stuff as far as like getting that attention, but really it's consistency, man. Like we can go and you just tell me where you want to go with it, because I can go personal branding. I can go how when you run ads, but honestly to the core, first, you need to know who you are, like who you want to show up as. And the beautiful thing is I highly do not recommend you showing up as somebody you're not offline. But the beautiful thing is you can show up and show out and become whoever you want online. You get to decide the perspective, the frame that people see you in. And me, well, I just need people to see me full blast as Joey at all day long, because I don't know how to act any different. And I love me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know a lot of people don't know how to be them because they don't know them. And I wish I could say do A, B, C, D, and you'll get E, F, G to know who you are, but it's just not true. You got to go through your own journey, your own walk, and try to be better than every single day. And then you're going to look back and be like, damn. Like I just said it to my wife. I was like, yo, we're really growing. And it's beautiful in all aspects, like personally, physically, emotionally. Like I'm trying to make sure I stay ready for life, for real. Right. But I think people need to start there, man. It's not necessarily the product. You know, we all probably got good products. But people buy from people. People want to be a part of that journey and a part of that story, and they want you to be a part of it as well. But you got to give them a reason to even watch. No one's paying attention, just like Ali from the St. Lunatics. And let me say this. I am not the best at what I do, but goddamn me, I'm the best at getting attention. That's why I was on tour with Bone Thugs and Harmony, legendary group. How did you get on there? Because one, I take massive action. Two, it's not about being the best. It's about how can you wiggle your way into rooms. There's people that be like, dude, I'm way doper than you. I should be on that stage. I'm like, you're right. Your songs are way better than mine. But it's not about that. It's about who can get the most attention and then still fulfill. Doesn't matter if you get, attention and you can't sell, can't close your systems. That's a whole different problem that I've ran into. People using my content. They look like the best thing in the world. And then, boom. I call it catfishing content. Like you catfish them, bro.
Right. you can't deliver nothing. Yeah.
I have on my PowerPoints when I come and present on stage, I have it where like it's a big rip dude. I'm like, when you make content with me, this is what it looked like. And then you only want to buy one. So your next content looks like this. And it's like this girl that looks like that. And I'm like, stop catfishing people. I like to have fun, man. I'm a deep dude. And like, if you've watched from start to finish, you're going to go emotion roller coaster. Like we're going to laugh. Shit, we might cry, right? It's be all of you. Victory and being vulnerable, and also have your sense of humor. Like you'll see me put on a wig called Josephine, like, and I'm in these commercials as a female. Like I just like to have fun, having fun. Not even just like because you should want to have fun, and I have this inner child in me, but also it helps culture, man. Like my people that work for me love coming to work every day because it just feels, man, I'm in this fun atmosphere. We're creating, and I feel like a family for real, so.
Right. Fantastic. So let's do this on self-promotion, or on, let's talk about how do I put myself out there? What do I need to think about, right? And so for you, it's all second nature at this point, right? And you can define it and build it and go from there. So as the entrepreneurs on the site, right, they're sitting down going, hey, how do I go out there and do that? Do I just grab my phone and do this? Do I sit down and say, I need Joey YAK to get myself in the right element or the right way? Like, do you do it crappy first and then put it out and then get better and then?
So that's totally, like, if you're not willing to do it with your phone and crappiness, like you're just trying to get the easy way out. Like, obviously, like we do commercials where you don't even need to be on camera. But if we're talking about self-promotion, I want also people to understand this. I have a buddy named Brandon McNamee. He calls himself the Natty King. He has a real estate company, and he has this beer group. His tagline is, I sell homes and drink beers, but not at the same time. This dude has over 100,000 people in this local group. and all his leads come from it. So I hope that interests somebody like, say you do real estate. It doesn't have to be about real estate. It's about you getting attention and being a person that people want to be around and talk to. I mean, you could, let's say you're in mortgages or something like that. You could even start a page of, or real estate or anything. You could start a freaking separate page, St. Louis local businesses. And you go to each business and you're like, hey, we just started this page and I want to interview you. You know, we want to promote you. Like, it's like, give them something before you want to take from them. Me, like I don't get to do it as much now because leads are just running in. Yeah. But I would make people songs, give it to them, and be like, hey, that's yours. If you took the internet away from me right now, I already told my whole crew, here's what we're doing. You see all these damn businesses? We're walking in there with our camera. We're going to shoot them a commercial. We're going to edit it the same day. We're going to hand it to them. We're going to be like, hey, I'm Joey YAK. YAK stands for you already know. And after you watch that, if you don't know, you probably never will. Walk out and let's see. Do 10 of them, you know? But at the end of the day, I'm giving to the universe. I'm showing up. I'm putting in the work. And you adjust and pivot as you can. But man, people, I'm telling you, you need to figure out who you are. This self-promotion, just like I said about Brandon, it doesn't have to be about the specific industry or about the topic at all. The dude says I sell home and drink beers, just not at the same time. I'm talking, he has a huge group. And here's what some people say, but Joey, I don't have the energy and charisma as you do. I get that. I understand that. But look, you get this. I wasn't born with, it's because I know who I am. I know who I am, and people can feel your energy. You don't have to be crazy. You know, you just have to be you and all of you because people feel that. For real.
Absolutely. No, that's amazing. No, I think it. So, okay, great. So now we're going to go out there. Any questions, Irene, before I jump in?
Yeah, you're talking a lot about finding yourself. And I realize that journey is going to be different for every single person. But what was kind of your aha moment of finding yourself? What was kind of some of the first steps that you took? I know you said that you kind of figured out what you weren't with the Justin Bieber sort of thing, but I feel like there's a lot more to this story for you. I think it's kind of deep. So I want to know, because I think people could really benefit from this.
So I'm an addict. Like I have that addictive personality. And I realized that I can either just submit to it like, oh man, I'm an addict. Or I can say, let me just channel this energy a little different. I went full blown on self-help. I'm talking full blown on every single self-help book. Like I embraced it. Even on the spiritual tip, like I really went all in and gave my life. I was like, man, I'm giving it to God. And I'm in this group now and I'm really diving in deeper on the spiritual level and trying to learn more and let know, like, it's not me. I'm just like on this universe kick right now. But in the beginning, it was straight self-help. Bad company corrupts good character. Who am I around? All this, let's say this, so I don't have to go too deep. Anything that sounds corny or cheesy is exactly what built my confidence and my certainty. So guess what? If you think it's cheesy, if you think it's corny, throw it my way. Because, hey, I am who I am from all that corniness and all that cheesiness. For real. And the reason why you hear it so much and it's becoming so normal is because it works. But people overplay it. I mean, it's the consistency factor as well. But I'm telling you, just because I can say self-help book, God, this, look, anything that sounds corny and cheesy, it will build your confidence. It will build your character. And you also have the ability to choose to believe this is going to help me. This can help me. Most are going into it with that closed mind of like, I'm going to try this. No. I'm going to do this. When I stopped alcohol, I didn't go to AA or nothing. It was the time I said, no, I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't. 6 years later, same thing. Same thing with Adderall. It's been 2.5 years. I grew up taking ADD medicine. Nah, one day it clicked because I was reading like Breaking Bad Habits is some book. Great book. And The Alchemist. Like I'm sitting there just learning and letting my mind go. And I'm open to the fact that I'm ready for change. And I'm going to take, but you can't just do this. You have to go out there and try, because one thing leads to one thing that leads to one thing that may lead to the thing. Look at me with music, with sales. Now I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's like, how will you ever know? Don't be so determined on like, this is how I want it. Because I don't care what you believe in, universe, God, whatever it is, that might not be the plan. You might be where you are because you have to learn that to get where you truly need to go. One more thing. Something so and this might have helped people like on the because people are going to overthink this about when I do songs and stuff, it's very, very familiar to me. I go upstairs, babe, I just made a banger. She's like, cool, go take the trash out, right? Like, she's familiar, right? But truly, it's something so fantastic to you and to everybody else. In the most humble way in the world, I have every day make sure that I understand that I'm fantastic. And what I do is fantastic. And a lot of times, people make that, people get so familiar with what they're fantastic at. So I don't care if you're, Jesus, believe in Jesus or not, but people that were around Jesus every single day, his family, that was Jesus. That was the homie. That's my dude. But when he went out, it was Jesus. Fantastic. That's the same as our gifts that God had gave us. A lot of people, what you're thinking right now, you're sitting there like, but like, what do I promote? How do I do this beer thing like he did? What did God gift you with? And it might not be sexy. Communication. What we learned, my wife, like her gift is like having people over, the hospitality. Like, oh my God, she makes people feel so at home. And I'm like, yo, that's your spiritual gift, dude. Like my aunt showed and I looked at her, I was like, yo, that is. You enjoy that. That brings fulfillment. You're great at it. Like there's a lot of things that you're great at that you just think is familiar. But damn, it's fantastic. So don't let that shit go to waste, for real. Sorry for cussing.
No, man, that was straight out fire. Right?
And it's real.
It was, because you hit that and it was this. I'm sitting over here going, damn. Because I live this where I walk in and somebody who doesn't know me is going, hey, wow, that's amazing. Whenever you say something where I'm like, the people that are around me all the time are like, yeah, that's just Joe.
Yeah, totally, man.
Okay, so we got 4 minutes. Irene, you can always jump in with another question if you got it. Interrupt me. So.
No, we're good. I do have my daughter with me, so I will say that.
Hi, little one. So
no, we're good though.
Yeah, perfect. Now, in looking at this, so guys, this is how real Joey is. When he sits there, he goes, I said, hey, how do you want me to get people, to know who you are, where you go? So he created the War Games Group YAK phone site. And so I went to it and I'm laughing because it says, what do you need help with? He gave 3 choices: creative consulting, producing commercials, and number 3, I don't know, but I want your help.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, that is such the catch-all and so realistic to say, I don't know, but I need to work with you. Right?
All the time. Because a lot of people don't know what they don't know. So I'm here to be like, oh, you think you need this, but honestly, like, I'm not even going to let you spend that money until you do this. And really, I think it's the creative consulting tip. There's a lot of people out there that have access to video teams. And I let them know, hey, we can do all this for you. Yes. But at the end of the day, you're not going to want to, unless you want to spend a lot of money, you're not going to want to have to hire me all the single time to do your videos. Let me teach your team on how I'm thinking right now and like how you guys need to think. Because even those people get so familiar inside of that culture, you might need a little culture shock of, man, we need to be going this direction. So I'm just here to talk, to help. I might not be able to help. I might be able to help, but I'm here to listen, and people can go and fill out that form on that site. But also, man, Joey YAK Pieper, Pieper, it's spelled like Piper. Hit me up on my Facebook, joey.yak on Instagram. I'm such a personal dude. I'll hit you back. If it ain't spam, I'll be like, oh, cool. What's up? Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm just human like everybody else, dude. And it's so much potential, especially in this entrepreneur world. Because we already want to hustle. We already want to grind and grow. And when you truly have that burning desire, that's the first step. You got to want it. It doesn't matter if what I have to help you. If you don't want it, it don't matter what it is.
Right. And it's not about spending money to say I'm doing something. Right?
People are just being active rather than being productive.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
I hate that. I won't. If I feel that vibe, I won't even take your money. I'm like, no, I know what you're doing. You're on this dopamine trip. I'm good on that. I'm at such a peaceful place in my life, and I really want other people to feel that. And it takes so much hard work and self destruction to gain that self-discipline, but it's so much bigger than business that I'm truly feeling. And honestly, I do think my purpose on a self-spiritual non-content creation tip is to really let people know that you are fantastic and you're letting it become familiar. That message right there is so important.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to spread it to the world for real.
No,
So thank you for letting me spread it today, for real.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, I'm like, it just rocked me, right? That's like to the core, it hit because again, like you and I were talking before the show, it was like, are we playing too small, right? And we get to the realization of going, we're just playing too small. We got to play at a bigger game that matches, but it takes somebody outside of us to say, stop, you've diminished what value you're bringing because you're so used to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's real, man.
No, that was fantastic. That is fantastic. Miss Irene J, do you have any other questions for Joey? Or are you just gonna go
great. Thank you.
the baby? Yeah.
Oh, she just threw up on me right now, live.
Oh, that's awesome. And we just hit the cut mark, so we're good.
Oh my goodness. Are
You're
okay,
safe.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, let me go handle this. Hey, thank you.
Yes.
Thank
For
you.
real. And holler at me whenever you want to do anything or just talk, man. This was a great conversation, and you guys are definitely someone I can get real with. So I appreciate you.
Perfect. Thank you, Joey. Be good.
Much love.
Be good. Oh, that was amazing. I love that.
Little baby puke. Aww.
Yeah, a little baby puke to end the show. So
the baby's like, you're done now.
yeah. So all right, everybody. I want to say thanks so much. We're at the 2:30 mark, which means we hit the mark we were looking for. But he had a hard stop at 2:30. He just didn't know it was the baby calling that hard stop at 2:30. So, but no. So guys, go back out. 33% of your posts are not business related. So going personal. The behind the scenes of you creating content and doing it is the other third, and then the actual educate, right? And if you notice, like I started going back to the let me educate people and started putting the sales tips out on the Instagram and what have you, because it's like I need to get some of this stuff out here, but that's because I came to that realization playing too small. And now with the whole, you're so familiar with yourself that you're downplaying it. Guys, this was great stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think it was fantastic. I appreciate everybody who's watching, especially all those in the replay. Hi. But we will, Miss Irene J, thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And everybody else that's out there, go out and sell something. We'll see you again.